Right, we're back.
This must be that beautiful Skyrim.
We're not in Skyrim.
I am his hands.
Who?
The idle mind sleeps. He draws near.
Who?
The master calls.
Farm. House. Retching Netch.
I work for Mogrul. You got a problem, you talk to him. Mogrul doesn't lend coin to outlanders.
I'll give you this
somewhere
warning
else.
only once. Stay out of my way, and we'll do just fine.
Are you half orc, half Dunmer?
Teldrin Sero, blade for hire. If you have the coin, I'm at your service.
Yeah, sure.
Then let's be off.
How'd you end up in Solstein?
Long story, but I don't see the harm in sharing it with you. My last patron was a true Nord. He was dressed in animal skins, had tattoos on his face. A real traditional type, if you know what I mean. He had an insatiable bloodlust and was extremely stubborn. One of the toughest employers I've ever had.
Where did you work for him then?
Simple. He paid well. Very well. Anyway, we'd just cleared a ruined fort somewhere outside of Whiterun, and when we got outside, we saw one of them galloping away on horseback. Well, my boss wasn't about to let him get away, so we pursued. On foot. For 3 days. Until we ended up tracking him to one of the largest bandit encampments I'd ever seen. My patron took one look at me and made the most menacing grin I'd ever seen. At that moment, I knew I'd never see him again. No amount of money would ever be worth that kind of death.
Let's go.
Lead on.
I guess Serana's gone now. Oh no,
What now?
I've got 2 companions? Alright.
We have all sorts of authentic dark elf food and drink here. Gilded spares no expense.
Anytime you want to head for Skyrim, I'm right with you. I've spent enough time on Solstein to last a lifetime.
I remember how much you talk.
Welcome to the Retching Netch Corner Club, home of the finest Sioux jammer that will ever grace your lips.
So what's the specialty of this house?
The finest Sioux jammer to cross your lips, friend. My own personal formula that I call Sadri's Sioux jammer. In fact, I've just added some new ingredients to the mixture that I think makes it taste better than ever. All I need to do is get the word out that it's ready, and they'll flock here for it.
I could help spread the word.
I was kind of hoping you'd say that. Here, take these samples of the Sioux jammer and spread the word. If you get rid of all of them, there's something extra in it for you.
Alright.
Welcome to the Retching Netch, Outlander. What can I get you?
It has an unusual name.
There's actually a funny story behind the name, friend. A few years ago, I was walking down by the docks, and I noticed a Dunmer staggering along with a bottle of Sioux jammer in hand. He was one of my patrons and liked to drink heavily, so I wasn't exactly surprised.
Doesn't sound unusual.
Ah, but you see, this particular Dunmer was as naked as the day he was born and singing badly at the top of his lungs. As I'm watching this spectacle, a netch floats over the bulwark towards him. The man looks straight up at the netch, yells, "Have a drink!" and tosses the bottle. The bottle broke on the netch, and it must have swallowed its contents because it started floating sort of tilted. Finally, it stopped and began to quiver. A few moments later, the foulest liquid to ever assail your nostrils spewed from its maw. I've seen plenty of drunks in me day, and I'll tell you right now, that netch was sick.
Now I get it.
True story, friend. True story.
Had any rumours lately?
I heard crazy old Cressius has been sneaking in the Raven Rock mine again. At his age, he's going to get himself killed in there.
Any more
Haven't
rumours?
heard anything lately, but check back with me. You never know.
Alright.
Watch yourself out there. Looks like an ash storm might be brewing.
And this is all Solstheim. It's pretty small compared to Skyrim. Which isn't saying much considering Skyrim is fucking huge. God, I think, if I remember right, this half is the Dunmer. And this half is, like, Nords, Imperials, I'm not quite... I think they're Nords. There's a village here.
Hope we don't run into too many ash spawn, dear.
We've got to steal, boys. The hell is this ash yam? Jama, how much is that? 10. Important room is this one. I wonder, could I... Okay, I'm not gonna take any more chances. Okay, apparently there's someone in the mine. Oh.
If it wasn't for the bulwark, we'd be digging our houses out from beneath the ash pile.
Go back inside because need to hand out this.
I work for Mogrel. You got a problem?
I'll give you this warning
Talk to
only
him.
once. Stay out of my way, and we'll do just fine.
Gelder Sadri wants you to try his new drink.
Take that swill and pour it down a well.
Alright.
We have all sorts of... Sorry. Gildas won't allow me to drink while I'm working at Venetch.
Motherfucker.
Safe travels.
Can't be that easy.
Hope we don't run into too many ash spawn out here.
Damn it, woman. I said to leave me be.
Cretius, last time you explored the mine, you almost fell to your death. I'm not spending the rest of my days as a widow.
And I'm telling you that I'll do whatever it takes to find my great-grandfather's remains. He's down here. I can feel it.
That was almost 2 centuries ago. There may be nothing left to find.
Just let me go, woman.
Cretius, you're an obstinate old fool, and you're going to get yourself killed. My apologies for Cretius's ravings.
Gildas Surgery wants you to try this new drink.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Thank you.
What are you arguing with Cretius about?
That foolish old man thinks he's 30 years younger than he is. He's going to get himself killed traipsing around the mine.
Why is he exploring the mine?
He's convinced himself that there's some sort of conspiracy involving the East Empire Company and the mine's closure. We came across some old letters that belonged to his great-grandfather in our house, and he believes every word written in them.
Hang on a moment. What did the letters say?
Cretius's great-grandfather worked for the East Empire Company. The letters mention some sort of discovery he was sent to investigate. There's really nothing remarkable in the letters. I don't know what he's so excited about.
Who's Cretius's great-grandfather?
Gratian Corellius. He was an explorer for the East Empire Company. They'd send him all over Tamriel when they had difficulties in a mining operation. Poor man. Can you imagine doing all that dangerous work just to end up dying at your own doorstep?
What happened to him?
There was a horrible accident, and he was killed when one of the tunnels collapsed. They were never even able to go down there and recover the body. The East Empire Company sealed that section off to prevent any more tragedies. Cretius is convinced it's a story cooked up by the company to cover up something else, but I don't know.
You don't agree with Cretius?
My beloved is almost 80 years old, and I think the shock of finding one of his ancestors' things has left his mind a bit confused. I love him dearly, and I support everything he does. But I can't let him chase this silly idea, or he may end up joining Gratian in a rocky grave.
I suggest...
how'd you meet Cretius?
To understand how we met one another, you have to appreciate what he's going through. Cretius is a third-generation miner. All his life, he's lived and breathed nothing else. By the time Cretius came of age, the ebony mine in Raven Rock was shut down. He took that quite hard.
Why didn't he move somewhere else to find work?
Our home has been in his family for over 200 years. Leaving would have been like abandoning precious memories. Instead, he stayed on Solstheim and spent most of his life prospecting for a new ebony source. Sadly, it never surfaced. A decade ago, this drove him into a deep depression. He shut himself inside his home and refused to come out.
Is this where you met?
It was. After refusing to allow anyone to bring him food, Counselor Morvain ordered his door to be knocked down before Cretius starved to death. I was a temple priest at the time, and they had me use my healing arts to restore strength to his ailing body. I stayed for a while and cared for him, then I suppose we fell in love.
You're a priest at the temple?
Far from it. In fact, I'm no longer welcome there.
Why?
In all honesty, it came down to a disagreement between what I believe and what Elder Othraloth believes. I'd prefer not to get into the details, but let's just say our opinions about the current status of the tribunal vary widely.
Not sure about what the tribunal is. I assume that's some sort of Dharma politics, but okay. Restoration magic,
I'll
please.
gladly share my knowledge with you.
Huh? Did that not level up?
Be careful out there.
Who
There's
in
always
the
taught to
blazes are
avoid
you?
these types of
Can't you see I'm busy?
I think I see why now.
Busy doing what?
Why should I tell you? I don't even know who you are.
Perhaps I could help.
Maybe. Been difficult trusting people lately. They think I'm crazy. But mark my words, these mines hold a secret that could put Raven Rock back on the map.
Okay. What sort of secret would be hidden here?
A secret the East Empire Company swept under the rug 2 centuries ago. It killed my great-grandfather and left Raven Rock with a worthless and tainted mine.
Who's your great-grandfather?
Gratian Kyrelius. He spent his entire life exploring ancient ruins across Tamriel. And he died in these very mines almost 200 years ago.
How'd he die?
The East Empire Company called it a terrible accident, claiming that he was lost in a rockfall. I know better.
What's your proof?
My wife and I were cleaning out our home, and we came across some of my great-grandfather's things locked in an old chest. I found an unsent letter he'd written to the East Empire Company, and a key.
What'd the letter say?
It describes a discovery that was made in the mine by some of the diggers. They wanted Gratian to take a closer look. The East Empire Company must have felt it was of great value, as they locked that section of the mine off from everyone else.
Key is to the locked section?
It is. Well, I assume it is.
Does sound suspicious.
Finally, someone who believes me. I'm telling you, there's something big down there. Something that the East Empire Company wanted to hide from everyone.
Why are you telling me all this?
Look, my wife nags that I'm too old to go traipsing around these mines chasing my story. Time's my enemy. It's caught up with me before I could find the answers that I'm looking for.
So you do need my help?
I do. I want to know what happened to Gratian, and what the East Empire Company is keeping from all of us.
Any idea of where to start?
Gratian kept a journal of notes about his discoveries. If you can find his remains, I'm hoping it will help. Here's everything I have. The letter, the key. Please, do this for me, so I can finally regain the respect that I've lost.
Gelder Satry wants you to try his new drink.
He's begging for patrons again, eh? Well, I suppose I could have just a bit.
Are you sure Gratian's death wasn't an accident?
Look, I know I don't have much to go on. I have that unsent letter, and that's really it. But I also have a miner's instinct that's run in my family from before Gratian was even born. I may sound like a crazy old man to you, but I'm telling you, the tunnels here are solid. They would never collapse like that.
Why are you arguing with Hafia?
She thinks that old age has addled my mind, that I'm seeing things when there's nothing to be seen. I realize she cares about me, but she has to understand that I can't rest until I find out what happened to Gratian.
What if she's right and I don't find anything?
Then I'll settle down peacefully and never set foot in this mine again. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, even before I discovered Gratian's old things. I just hope both of you don't mistake my enthusiasm for insanity.
I suggest we proceed with
Be
Why
careful
you're
down
leading
there.
Cretius on, I'll never understand.
I'm guessing you don't agree with Cretius' story.
Poor Cretius is aging, and I believe it's addled his mind. As the years have passed, it's gotten worse. He's become obsessed with his theories of conspiracy.
Then where's his great-grandfather?
I'm sure he's down there somewhere, buried under a mountain of rubble like the East Empire Company claims. My greatest fear is that my stubborn mule of a husband will end up suffering the same fate.
Either
careful
way,
out there.
one of you are going
Try
to
the
be...
lower sections of the mine. I've never...
I'm gonna have to end up sending one of these people home. I struggle enough with one companion, I'm gonna need to toss away another. Gracian's letter. Would appreciate if you could help us with the situation we've encountered in Raven Rock. Seems that the miners there have stumbled across some sort of ruins under the surface near Shaft 3. Need your expertise to take a look. Could send someone else if you're busy, but I figured you'd want to go since I seem to recall that you're originally from Solstein. Let us know if you make any progress. Fire company.
been able to get that far.
Why you're
Sorry.
leading
Do you need
creatures
something?
on, I'll never understand.
Bye bye.
I'll be at Castle Volkahar if you need me.
Bye. Okay,
Why you're leading creatures on,
Shut
I'll never
up.
understand.
okay, now. Is he coming? Bastard. That's not him. Quick save just in case. Fuck. Gas. Okay, didn't explode. You alright, buddy? Motherfucker. There we go. East Empire pendant. These are Nord ruins. Careful. There it is. Dumbass. Ah! What the fuck? You bastard, get out of my way. That was honestly pretty fucking terrifying. Just hearing something be summoned behind you. For a second I was like... Because I'm pretty sure this guy doesn't have conjuring magic. He's just got destruction. Specifically fire. Oh my god, there's so many Death Lords. Where's my friend? There he is. Fucking hell, okay. Fuck, okay. Ancient Nord pickaxe. I haven't eaten my new... No! I've got a quick load. I've got a quick load. No, 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 no. Oh, why didn't I quick save right after the fucking... Oh, 10 minutes. Ah, wasted. Ah! Fucking knew I should have saved. Fucking knew it. Right. Fuck you. Out of my way. Oh, there we go. No, I don't want the pickaxe. I've already got one. I want an ancient Nord pickaxe. Oh, hi, I didn't see this before. Maybe this was kind of a good thing. Where'd the other one go? Oh, there. Is that it? Okay. Do not eat the crimson nernroot. Oh, also this. Anyway. Ah, fuck! Ah! There we go. They don't actually have souls in them, don't need to worry about them. Ah, hello. gonna need ice spike. I've got to shoot some. Ooh, hello. Gotcha. Releases energy blast with power attacks that deal 30 damage. Received a letter from the East Empire Company today. They say that some of the miners broke through the wall in Shaft 3 of Raven Rock Mine and found some ruins. This isn't another waste of time like that fiasco they sent me in Cyrodiil. I'll gather my assistant Milius and sail back to Raven Rock first light. It'll be nice to see the old house in Solstheim again. Finally arrived in Raven Rock and was surprised at the number of Dark Elf refugees living in town. They really aren't from mining stock, but I think they'll make fine workers one day. Milius and I spent a good part of the day clearing the ash off the roof of my house. The damn volcano was still erupting almost day and night. If it wasn't for the ash covering everything, it would look almost beautiful. Milius and I are headed into Raven Rock Mine to have a look at whatever it is the miners uncovered. I think I'll stop by the old swingin' scoop to pick up a few supplies before we head down. Couldn't hurt to be prepared. Looks like the miners broke right through the wall of an old Nordic barrow. I've seen this sort of thing in Skyrim before, damn nords of barrows dotting the landscape, and almost none of them are ever marked on any maps. Looks like this barrow belongs Looks like this barrow belonged to something called the Blood Skull Clan. I'm going to take some rubbings of the inscriptions on the tombs and see if I can't learn some more information from my history books. It's been a few days and I can't find even a single mention of this clan anywhere. Elias and I decided to proceed ahead. We've come to a drop-down point, but I can see a massive chamber below. It took the better part of the day to lower everything down and climb down the almost sheer drop. It's been an astonishing day of discovery. After exploring the large chambers beyond the drop-off, I was startled to find the strangest weapon I've ever laid eyes upon sitting on a pedestal of sorts. The blade appears to be flawless and is emitting a faint chilling glow. Bits of parchment I found about the chamber seem to call this the Blood Skull blade. Not certain if I should remove it yet. I think I'll sleep on it. Decide against my own better judgment to remove the Blood Skull blade from its pedestal. Millie seems completely against it. We need to bring this wondrous artifact with us when we find the way out of the barrow. Should have listened to Milius. The moment the blade was lifted, we were set upon by Draugr. Milius fought bravely, but he fell. I was able to destroy the remaining ones, but I was badly wounded. Barely stand. My only chance will be finding a way out of this place. But I fear that I'm trapped. Exploring has been slow. I can only move for maybe a few minutes at a time before I have to rest. My supplies are running low and I'm feeling weaker by the hour. The only progress I've made is finding a strange door with markings on it that I've never seen. Appears to be something. There appears to be something to them that I'm missing, as they've confounded my attempts of getting through. Still have to study this further in order to make any progress. Barely can keep awake. I'm fairly certain that the key to the door involves the use of the Blood Skull blade. When swinging the weapon, I'm noticing a ribbon of mystical energy emanating from it. I think by swinging the sword in different directions, it's possible to manipulate this ribbon and solve whatever puzzle this door presents. I hope to get well enough to put this to test soon. Each swing is a huge effort. Last entry. Lost track of time and my strength is fading. I can't even stand anymore. My wounds refuse to heal. I'm afraid this tomb will become my resting place. If anyone finds this journal, please send these notes to my superiors at the East Empire Company and tell my wife that I love her. May RK guide me to my final rest. Well, then where's your friend? Oh, it's you. Thought I was hearing a new thump. Hello? There we go. Sorry, buddy.
I suggest we proceed with caution.
He'll make it. There's the thumb. Not gonna try that yet. Okay, quick save. Oh fuck. Oh my god. Oh no. Okay, these masks are going to be important. Dragon aspect. I remember this one. I love this. I loved dragon aspect.
Another seeker after knowledge enters my realm. I am Hermaeus Mora, Prince of Fate and Lord of Secrets. This is Apocrypha, where all knowledge is perhaps you will prove clever enough to uncover the secret hidden. Welcome. Perhaps you are a fool or a coward. If so, need your book again. An estate before Apocrypha claims you forever.
Jesus, okay. Ah, fuck! Found myself in Mora's realm of Apocrypha. Don't know if I've got volume 1, but oh fuck, where are you? Ow! Oh, okay. What? Ow. I think we know what I'm gonna go for. Do 10% more damage and get 10% better prices of the opposite sex. May only accept this ability. One ability from this book at a time. Attacks, shouts, and destruction spells do no damage to your followers. That'd actually be really fucking good. But I've been careful. Extra skill point. I think we'll go with Lover. Can I not be a lesbian though? To Solstheim. Solstheim? Solstheim. Moving on.
I suggest we proceed with caution.
Almost got ya. Just need one good old.
I should go back to picking pockets and windows. Easy money. Less chance of an axe in your skull.
She was real surprised. Someone there. Bad time to get lost, Fred. I'm gonna bleed
Ooh, hello. Oh, here we go. High elf. Is that everything? What? High elf, wood elf, Falmer, dark elf, and orc. Yeah, I've got everything. Didn't realise I only had a high elf left.
open.
Oh, fucking hell, dude. It's like he wants to get hit. Are you stuck on the stairs?
Damn bandits are worse than vermin that infest the ash wastes back home.
Look, Marin, I'm not arguing that these towers are falling to pieces, but I think you're exaggerating about the planks falling. Ah! Okay. There was also the room behind the waterfall. I know I'm gonna have to get to that soon.
You're back. Please, tell me what you found.
You were right all along.
Let me see that. Huh, I knew it. Gratian's death wasn't because of a
Anytime you
rockfall.
want to head
It
for
was just a
Skyrim,
story
I'm
to
on
keep
the
people
way.
away from the tombs.
I've spent enough time.
Now that I have
on
his
the
journal in
soul
hand,
starting to
I can
last
get
a
some
life.
closure from the East Empire Company. Make them pay for lying to everyone.
Good luck with that.
Thank you. Now, I believe I owe you a little more than a debt of gratitude for all that work you did. Here, it's not much, but it's the best an old retired miner can do.
Are there any other Imperials in Raven Rock?
Those cowards left decades ago. Every single damned one of them. The moment the ebony mine dried up, they pulled up stakes. Ridiculous.
Ridiculous, why?
Solstheim is still rich in ebony ore. I know there's more down there. I can smell it. I come from 3 generations of miners, and I'm telling you that the East Empire Company was wrong. They just didn't want to spend the coin trying to find it.
Tell me about your family.
Our home has stood in Raven Rock since the colony was founded. Grayson helped build it with his own 2 hands. After Grayson died, he left behind a wife and a son. My grandfather, Relicus. Relicus lived there for quite a long time, working in the other sections of the mine until he was slain by reavers.
And your parents?
I never knew my father. My mother and I always lived alone. I asked her about him many times, but she seemed angry and refused to speak about him. So eventually, I let it go. When I was old enough, I began working in the mine, hoping to make my fortune and eventually move to the Imperial City.
Then it dried up.
Unfortunately, yes. I only had enough coins saved to send one of us back to the Imperial City. So I sent my mother alone. I wanted her to see her homeland before she died.
You've been alone ever since?
Until I met my darling Aphia, yes. I suppose you could have called me a bitter old hermit. Now I'm just old.
Oh.
Mark my words. Raven Rock isn't finished yet.
I'm sorry, but I've got to steal stuff from you. Okay, what other quests have we got? Nothing.
I'm glad that I'm finally traveling with someone who seems competent. My last patron was killed trying to tackle an entire fort of bandits alone.
I wonder how many references to Morrowind I'm missing. Like, for all I know, he's probably like the same guy from Morrowind or a descendant of someone.
You lost?
Hello.
Your contributions have earned you citizenship here, friend. I'll always consider you one of us.
Try this new drink.
Good old Geldis is always managing to keep our spirits up. And our eyesight hazy. Thank you.
How are things now that the mines are open again?
With the mines open, Raven Rock has become a significant colony of the Dunmer people again. I've been able to convince my superiors at House Redoran to send me the resources that they've been denying, now that we're deemed more important. Soon, we'll have a steady supply of workers and materials to keep things going for years to come.
Do you rule all of Solstheim?
Solstheim is theoretically under my rule. But without revenue from the mine, I lack the resources to actually govern anything but Raven Rock itself. Not that there's much beyond the confines of our town anyway.
Raven Rock is the only settlement on the island?
Well, there's a small enclave of Nords to the north in Skal Village. They pretty much keep to themselves, and we both like it that way. Then there's Tel Mithrin to the east. The Telvanni live out there. Sort of a strange lot. But since we're both from Morrowind, we get along. Other than that, Solstheim is crawling with bandits and Reeklings. But that's to be expected living in a frontier like this. My
Yep.
are open. Whether you're simply visiting or staying here, I think you'll find our citizens will welcome you with open arms.
What is House Redoran?
You've never heard of House Redoran? We're the mightiest of the great houses, and we lead the council, the ruling body of Morrowind.
Council? You mean there's no Jarl?
This isn't Skyrim, Outlander.
I've spent enough time.
A group of powerful and influential Dunmer families have been ruling Morrowind for millennia. They embody a council made up of 5 great houses: Telvanni, Dres, Endoral, Sadras, and Redoran.
But you said Redoran leads the council.
Well, of course. With 4 other houses on the council, someone has to keep the rabble organized. Our house leads the council by virtue of our preeminence in battle, wisdom, and ancestral glory.
Sounds rather complicated.
Yes, I imagine it would to someone not of our people. If you're interested in pursuing the subject, help yourself to any of the historical volumes in my library.
Hang on. Sorry, what was that? Cool, thank you. Bye. Right.
My doors are open if you wish to discuss matters involving Raven Rock.
Damn Ash.
Alright, fuck you. You know what I could do? Search for the treasure of Hackney Deathbrand. That is far. Really? That is the other side of the island. God damn it. Missing 1, 2, and 9. Hackney Deathbrand was dying. For Garrick Windrime, ship's quartermaster, it was unthinkable. His grandfather had served under Hackney nigh on 60 years before, and even then he was a legend among the pirates of the north. The King of Ghosts, they called him, As eternal and pitiless as the sea he sailed. To Garruk, who had seen him charge into battle, clad in armour of gleaming Stalhrim, like the kings of old, his twin swords scything men like grass, Hackney was practically a god. But none feared Hackney more than his own crew. They knew his rages, his fits of madness, how he delighted in torture and murder for his own sake. And there were even darker rumours. Some said he fed upon the blood and souls of those he killed to extend his natural life. Some thought him a Daedra, loosed upon the mortal world. And others said he owed his life and power, his armour and swords, to a pact with Dagon, Prince of Destruction. And the seal of that pact was a terrible wound that scarred his face, never to heal, the death brand, which no man could look upon without flinching. All these things ran through Garruk's mind as he took his place on deck at the head of the crew, exchanging a curt nod with Thalon, the ship's helmsman and his chief rival. By sundown, he thought, one of them would be captain, the other would be dead. When Hackney finally emerged from his cabin, the crew fell silent. He looked frail, his voice raspy. But even so, he had a presence about him. As he looked over his men, the most brutal murderers ever to ply the northern seas, not one could meet his gaze. At last he sighed, "You wish to know who will be my successor, and how my share of the treasure shall be divided." That was the question, but even so, there were murmurs of protest. Hackney cut them off. "All these years I have looked for one who is worthy to take my place, or strong enough to take it from me. Not one of you even comes close, and so none of you shall have it." Extended his hand. "In Dagon's name I place a curse upon my armour, and my swords, this ship and all it carries. Until the day when one of you can best me in combat, you shall have not a single coin." He looked up at them. "Be grateful I have left you with your lives." Garruk and Thalon shared a single glance. Had anyone else said such a thing, there would have been a mutiny. 100 treasure-mad pirates against one old man. This was Hackney. The crew was silent. Hackney threw a map at Garruk's feet. "Garruk, take a longboat and bury my armour in the places I have marked. Thalon, we sail to my tomb, where you shall leave me with my gold. Then burn your ships and do as you will. I am your captain no more." With that he turned and stalked back to his quarters. At daybreak Garruk took his leave and set out in a longboat with 3 of his men. They landed on a shoal to the north of Solstheim, at the place Hackney had marked, made camp, and began to dig. But already greed stirred in Garruk's heart. Time and again he glanced at the iron-bound chest they had brought with them. The old man was gone, perhaps already dead. His orders foolish. That night Garruk pried open the chest and drew out the helm within. Stalhrim shimmered in the moonlight. It was time for a new king of ghosts to rise. He placed the helmet on his head, and he screamed. It said you can hear the screaming still on moonlit nights, on a rocky shoal off the northern coast of Solstheim. Postscript: this story is one of the last in the Hackney saga, tale surrounding the life and adventures of the legendary pirate king Hackney Deathbrand. How much of it is actually true, if indeed any of it is true, I leave to the reader's discretion. Atis Draylen, House Redarin Scribe. We could get some Stalhrim armor. Isn't that like the really hard ice shit? That like you need an ancient Nord pickaxe to mine? Now I've got to go to the north of fucking Solstheim. I should explore the rest of... Hello.
You may have everyone fooled, but I see what you're doing here. The call of gold sends you scurrying like a rat.
Have this new drink.
Get that vile liquid away from me. Are you here to pray? Or perhaps pay your respects at our ancestral tomb?
What are the ancestral tombs?
They're where we inter our dead. They are sacred places, meant to honor their passing. Sadly, we've been unable to use the ancestral tomb beneath the temple as of late, and have resorted to other locations to scatter the remains.
Why can't you use the tomb?
Those foul vermin, the abominations we call ash spawn, have risen from the ashes of our own ancestors. They're befouling the memories of our forefathers by defiling their remains.
I'll cleanse the tomb for you.
Thank you, Wanderer. That would be most kind. Here, this key should open the door to the tomb.
What exactly are the reclamations?
The reclamations are the true tribunal. The Daedra that consecrate the Dunmer people. Azura, Methala, and Boethia. We call them the true tribunal because they have reclaimed their place in our hearts from the false tribunal that came before.
The false tribunal?
Sotha Sil, Amalexia, and Vivek represent what was. Beings who won the Dunmer people's hearts with their actions, but blinded them just the same. They were aberrations, false prophets. They used their status as heroes to shield the true tribunal from our minds. But now that they've been destroyed, the light can finally shine upon the House of Reclamations.
How do the Dunmer bury their dead?
The Dunmer race doesn't bury their dead, or leave them to rot inside a stone sarcophagus. When a Dunmer passes, his body is given to fire, so he might return to the ash from whence he came. The Dunmer don't believe that death is the end. We believe that it's the beginning.
Wonder what all this will be like if I chose my character to be a Dunmer.
Be cautious, friend. The ash spawn are soulless beings with no regard for compassion.
Alright then. Surely that's enough. Been told to steal 500 gold and goods from Raven Rock without witnesses. Items I'm seen stealing won't count towards my goal. Keep out of sight. Do I need you to not look? Or do I need to do it out in the open? Hang on a second. Sorry, I'm back. Hi.
Anytime you want to hit the Skyrim, I might. Huh?
There we go. Go. Oh, hello.
You may have everyone fooled, but I see what you're doing. The call of gold sends you scurrying around. You honor the reclamations with your actions. This
Temple's
will
tomb has
not
been
be-
cleansed.
Spirits
Hope we
be
don't run into too
praised.
many ash.
I'm hoping you didn't suffer much at the hands of those foul beings.
Please, accept this as a token of my thanks.
The Azura, Mafala, and Boethia guide you.
Right. Here we go.
Thanks. I wasn't sure I'd make it off this farm alive. I wish I could have said the same for my man here.
What were those things?
Some of the Redoran Guard have taken to calling them ash spawn. Me, I don't care what they're called. All I know is they're a danger to Raven Rock and they need to be stopped.
What did you... How did that bring you to this old farm?
I was going to search for clues that might lead me to wherever they're coming from. I know it isn't the best place to start, but we know they've been coming from this direction.
I'd be glad to lend you a hand.
Good. I can use all the help I can get. Besides, I don't feel comfortable leaving Raven Rock behind, and I'd hate to lose any more Redoran Guard.
Very well, where do I begin?
We were searching the farm when the ash spawn ambushed us. Have a look around and see if you can turn up anything useful.
What are these ash spawn?
No one knows, really. Superstitious folks say they're the risen forms of those that died long ago, but I'm not so certain. They started attacking the bulwark a few weeks ago. My men were able to kill them, but they keep coming back.
How often do they attack?
We've had 2 other assaults on the bulwark, at different spots on the wall. I know it sounds crazy, but it's almost like they're becoming more organized and probing it for weaknesses.
Suspect there's motivation to their attacks.
Exactly. Something has to be directing them against us, and we need to find out who or what it is.
Why do you think the attacks are from the Atius farm?
I don't. All I know is that the ash spawn are coming from this direction, so this is as good a place to start as anywhere else. Good thing the farm's been abandoned for a long time. I'd hate to see what they would do to an unarmed farmer and his family.
How long has the farm been abandoned?
Not sure. I was told it was an old Imperial farm that was wiped out by the eruption of the Red Mountain. Not certain who lived there. It was already a pile of rubble when I arrived in Raven Rock.
How are things now that the mines are open again?
I've had to muster some more men to protect the mine, but I don't really have a problem with that. Second Councillor Arano is concerned that once were unusual.
Okay, we could. Yeah, that's heavy armor though. Declaration of war. Raven Rock Stronghold. My calls for the unconditional surrender of your forces and an immediate cessation of all hostility has been ignored numerous times. I therefore have no choice but to assume your purpose in Solstheim as hostile, to treat Raven Rock Stronghold as an enemy of the Empire. I warn you, any attempt to breach Fort Frostmoth will be met with an equal level of aggression. I'll do everything in my power to wipe you and your forces off the face of Tamriel. There will be no further communications between us. General Falx Carius, Garrison Commander, Fort Frostmoth.
Have you found something?
Discover this note on one of the ash spawn.
This is strange. The note says it's from General Falx Carius, but that's impossible.
Impossible? Why?
Well, Carius was the Imperial Garrison Commander at Fort Frostmoth. But he died over 200 years ago when the Red Mountain leveled the place. There's no way he could still be alive.
What do you want me to do?
If General Carius is still alive, there must be something keeping him that way. I need you to head out to Fort Frostmoth and check it out. I'm gonna head back to Raven Rock and prepare the men for further assaults.
Alright then.
Be careful. This General Carius sounds out of his mind.
Okay, that's not too far. At least it's taking me further inland. Oh, these guys. And that would be Red Mountain.
Not good enough!
Anytime you want to head for Skyrim, I'm right with you. I've spent enough time on Solstheim.
Time to last a lifetime.
Men, an invader has entered the fort. Prepare yourselves for an ambush. Fort Frostmoth will never fall. Long live the Empire!
Dude, we gotta go. much as I love this game, I can't wait to be done with it and move on to something new. It's not me saying I'm sick of it. Just excited for new things.
Not good enough.
Dude, finish them off. Okay, these are new spiders. Jumping flame spider. Oh god, no. Oh, yeah, these ones explode, don't they? Oh, fuck. Albino spider. I think I need something from the albino ones. Yeah, those ones.
Despite the foul beings that infest this place, I'm certain we'll find plenty of wealth to make it worth our time.
Heartstone. What the hell is that? Man, I can't. I need to empty my inventory. Ruby geode. We know what ruby is. What's heartstone? been almost a month since unearthing the crypt at Fort Frostmoth, and I haven't seen a single spark of life in the General's remains. Grafting the Heartstone to the subject is proving much more difficult than I originally anticipated. I've used almost every method I can think of, and still there's no sign of reanimation. At this rate, it could be years before I make any progress, which is time that I just can't afford right now. If my vengeance is to come to fruition, I need results. If not, I may need to resort to more drastic measures. It finally appears that I'm making some progress. After my latest experiment, General Carius's eyes briefly opened and he moved his arms. Lasted for less than a few moments, but it's the first sign of progress I've seen since I arrived here. A few of my assistants were insisting that I was imagining things, but I dismissed them for their insolence. They won't be bothering me ever again. General Carius awoke fully today. He bolted upright after my incantations and began staggering around like a blind man. He seemed to ignore my commands. In fact, hearing my voice seemed to increase his hostility. I was able to remove the Heartstone before he became violent, but this isn't a result that I expected. Even though he's able to be awakened, I feel as though the real work has just begun. General is still unable or unwilling to listen to my commands. He's acting increasingly paranoid and appears to have his own free will. He's convinced that I am a spy or the enemy. I've had to restrain him to prevent him from outright attacking me. This is becoming intolerable. I'm beginning to wonder if someone with the Heartstone can be commanded at all. If my experiments with General Carius fail, I may have to resort to self-experimentation, something I've been avoiding for a long time. Fucking necromancy. Hi.
What's our next move?
Tried.
If it'll help us get moving quicker, sure.
Can probably give you that. Give you that. You know that. Have this. Sure, have that. 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 And that. Sword. Yeah. Don't really need Marin's razor. That's better.
Lead on! Despite the foul beings that infest this place, I'm certain we'll find plenty of wealth to make it worth our time.
There we go. Okay, I think I remember this specific room. Do I shoot my own guy again? really need any more healing potions, right? Yeah. I'm good. I'll take it anyway. Oh, get fucked. Hang on, chat. Getting rid of some bots. It's been a while since we've had these, but now they're just popping up now. It was a peaceful little while, wasn't it? There we go. Now. There we go, that was quick. Just as I like it.
What news do you bring from Fort Frostmoth?
Kill General Carius.
I had my suspicions that he was undead. How else could he have survived for over 200 years? It's a shame. There are quite a few tales of General Carius' exploits, including the founding of Raven Rock.
You'll no longer send Ash Spawn to Raven Rock.
Councillor Morvain told me to give this to you if you made it back in one piece. And you got rid of General Carius. Better than a soldier's pay, so you should be thankful.
Did you need something from me?
I'm sorry to bother you, but Second Councillor Rano asked me to come find you. He said it's quite urgent.
Did he say what it was about?
All he wanted me to do is track you down and send you to him. Look, this is important. Even more important than wiping out the Ash Spawn. Please, go speak to the Second Councillor as soon as possible.
Alright.
Thank you for coming. After everything you've already done for Raven Rock, I hate to ask for more, but I can't risk Councillor Morvain being killed.
He's in danger of being killed? How?
The Ulan family of House Lalu, a rival great house, has placed a death mark on the Councillor's head.
Why would the Ullans want him dead?
It's a private matter. Let's just say they seek revenge for the execution of one of their own, ordered by Councillor Morvain himself. The problem is I don't have any solid proof that anyone from House Lalu is hidden among us. Only my suspicions.
Your concern seems justified.
It may be justified, but it certainly isn't appreciated. Councillor Morvain simply feels that I'm being paranoid. I'm afraid that one day I'll awaken and discover him dead. And I don't want it to come to that.
Feel an attack on the councillor is imminent.
I do. I've received some information from my sources that there could be elements of Ulan's house, House Lalu, already in Ravenrock.
Why haven't you acted on the information?
Ravenrock is a small settlement, so it's hard to accomplish anything in secret. If any of them is from House Lalu, I wouldn't be able to make a move without them knowing.
How can I help?
I had a feeling you'd be willing to listen to me.
Where do I begin?
I need you to start out by being my eyes and ears. Search Ravenrock and see if you can root out these traitors. The best place to start would be Geldis Sadri, over at the Retching Neck Corner Club. If he provides you any leads, check them out before bringing them to my attention. Can't afford to make any mistakes.
Geldis Sadri wants you to try this new drink.
What? Oh, no, thank you. I need to keep my head clear.
What can you tell me about House Lalu?
Traitors. The lot of them. Their collaboration with the Empire may have given them unrivaled political and economic strength, but their hearts weren't with the Dunmer people.
I presume that was their downfall?
Lalu deserved every bit of hatred they received once the Empire released its grasp on Morrowind. Having past ties to the Empire immediately turned them into the scapegoat for the Dunmer people's suffering.
What happened to House Lalu as a result?
They had welcomed the Empire with open arms and benefited from it. When everything was said and done, they were no longer recognized as a great house and were dismissed from the council.
How are things now that the mines are open again?
You might think it's all perfume and roses now that the mine's open. All I see is a new security problem on our hands. Making sure those shipments of ebony make it safely from the mine to the shipping docks is my new order of the day. And with Solstheim crawling with reavers and Azora knows what else, I can't risk any attacks on Ravenrock.
You mentioned your sources.
I maintain a few contacts in other Dunmer settlements across Tamriel. Most hail from House Redoran, but there are a few from other houses.
Why don't you ask them to investigate?
Most of my contacts live leagues away from Solstheim. Sending the occasional message back and forth is all we can manage, and sometimes takes months or more to arrive. However, any information we can glean in times like this, I consider vital to House Redoran's survival.
Why did the Dunmer hate the Empire?
During the Oblivion Crisis, gates to the Plane of Oblivion opened all over Morrowind. The Empire pulled most of its forces out of Morrowind to deal with the gates in their own homeland, leaving us virtually defenseless. We had no standing army at the time, just uncoordinated pockets of resistance.
Whoops. That might have been my fault. Sorry, guys. How did the Dunmer survive this at all?
House Redoran took charge and was slowly able to build an army. It took years, but it became a force to be reckoned with. When the Argonians invaded years later, House Redoran's army was able to prevent them from sweeping across all of Morrowind. It would be fair to say that House Redoran literally saved the Dunmer people from destruction. Don't worry. You can trust Geldis. He's been with us for a long time.
You haven't seen Precious Corellius, have you? That foolish old man's taken my pickaxe again.
Why all the fuss over a simple pickaxe?
No. This isn't just your run-of-the-mill pickaxe.
Mallory!
I'm talking about an ancient Nordic pickaxe. They don't exactly grow on trees, you know.
Why can't you just get a guard to find Cressius?
I prefer to handle these things on my own. Look, if you see Cressius, tell him to give me that pickaxe back. and I'll pay you for the trouble.
Try us a new drink.
Perfect. I was just thinking about heading over for a drink. Thanks for saving me the trip.
I see your shadow marked by your door.
Well, well. It's been a long time since someone from the guilds bothered to make their way out here. So tell me, how's my brother Delvin? Still spending his nights at the Ragged Flagon trying to win Vex's heart?
I knew it. He's well.
Good to hear.
Hasn't
Damn
worked.
Layabout never even bothers to send his own flesh and blood a letter saying how he's doing. Can you imagine? Anyway, I suppose you're looking for work. Well, I got bad news. This place is drier than a damn bone.
Nothing at all.
Eager to make some coin, eh? That's the spirit. I'll tell you what. The guild's got a problem out here that I've been trying to deal with for years, but haven't been able to handle.
Thieves Guild has a problem out here?
Don't look at me like that. I'm all alone out here, with no one to watch my back. And besides, it's really my problem anyway. I caused it.
What'd you do?
A fellow Breton who went by the name Esmond Tyne showed up on my doorstep about a fortnight ago. He noticed the shadow marks like you did, and I thought he was one of us.
He stole something from you, right?
That he did. Right out from under my nose. Can you believe it? It's my own formula for improved bone mold. Took me years to perfect.
Where's Esmond Tyne now?
Well, before he ran off, he was talking some nonsense about trying to fence goods to the Reeklings at Castle Karstag. I told him he was crazy to even think about talking to those vicious little buggers. But he wouldn't listen. I'd bet a fat purse of coin that he's either dead or hiding out up there.
I'll get the formula back for you.
You do that, and I'll make sure you're set up right. You won't be disappointed.
How are things that now that the mines are open?
I've always had a steady stream of work thanks to the Redoran Guard, so it hasn't affected me much. However, I've seen the smile on people's faces, and there's hope around here once again. Something we've been lacking for a long time.
How did you end up in Raven Rock?
A fine question, and the one that I hear most often from visitors to our town. I wish I had a more romantic tale to tell, but I was simply seeking my fortune and chose Raven Rock to ply my trade. Besides, knowing how to repair bone mold armor wasn't very useful in Riften.
Who taught you that?
I had a friend over there, a dark elf named Van Wright, a very talented armor smith. Spent a lot of time with the guy swapping smithing techniques. Learned a heck of a lot, including how to repair bone mold. After he moved on to greener pastures, I decided to pack up, move out here, and put those lessons to the test. Been here ever since.
What's an ancient Nordic pickaxe?
It's the only tool tough enough to crack Stalrim, is what it is. Not many of those beauties left in the world. Forging them is a lost art. The one Cresius borrowed came from the Skull village up north. I, traded them some goods for it.
Is Stalrim a type of ore?
Calling Stalrim an ore is like calling my forge a campfire. Some folks say it's enchanted ice, but I think there's more to it than that.
I assume it's rare.
I don't think I've come across more than a chunk or two in my lifetime, and smithing's my trade. If you're looking to learn more, you should head over to the Skull village. Someone there's bound to know more about it than I do.
Alright.
You tell Cresius he better give that pickaxe back to me, or else. Find my pickaxe yet? Looking to protect yourself, or deal some damage? You tell Cretius he better give that pickaxe back to me, or else.
I'll give you this warning only once. Stay out of my way.
I don't
and
know
we'll
who
do just
sent you
fine.
here, but you've given us something to build on here. I hope someday we can repay you for your kindness.
Here you go.
I should mix some of this into my next potion. Who knows what would happen?
Alchemy skills.
After
Where'd
we
you
left
learn your alchemy?
Morrowind, we found ourselves in Skyrim. We wandered around a bit and ended up in Morthal, where we took up temporary residence with Lonnie, the town's alchemist. I was fascinated by her work, and over a period of a few years, she taught me quite a bit.
Why'd you leave Morthal?
It wasn't long before we became homesick. We were the only Dunmer in Morthal. When word reached us that a settlement of Dunmer was forming on Solstheim, we were thrilled. It's been difficult, but I'm not regretting it one bit. In fact, I'm glad we've been able to stay and help.
Is this true?
You're selling quite a few exotic ingredients.
Yes, I'm proud to say that I grow or harvest most of it myself. I only wish I had a better source for netch jelly. Those creatures are difficult to track down since it's so dangerous beyond the bulwark.
I could gather some for you.
That would be splendid. I'd be more than happy to give you something for the effort.
How's Raven Rock needed your help?
As you can imagine, the eruption of the Red Mountain took an awful toll on Solstheim. Hunting for game has been scarce, and the waters are apparently too tainted for fishing. According to Councillor Morvain, my husband's been Raven Rock's most important food source for decades.
Training in
I
alchemy.
can teach you a thing or two. So you're interested in my potions and ingredients?
If you'll take what I can sell.
Careful with those netches. They may look tame.
The mines are open and the shop is busy again. Thank you.
At some point, you're going
Here you
to
go.
have to choose.
At least my father will let me drink whatever I want without complaining. Tell Geldis I appreciate it.
Mallory,
Keep
you need
yourself
to talk
safe.
some sense into your
Solstheim's
husband.
still a dangerous place.
You got a
Blood
problem?
from a stone.
You talk
Oh,
to
hello.
him.
Are you looking for a handout or something?
That isn't my problem. I was
Well,
clear when I
tell
looked at
Geldis
the
that
money
Miri
that
says
I
she
wanted to
really
back my first
appreciates it.
harvest.
Next time.
I don't know what you did in those
Your
mines.
actions here have been a blessing to us all, Sergio.
Alright.
Always a pleasure to taste anything Geldis comes up with.
What do you give me for these?
If you've got something to sell, I'm willing to buy. Why don't we see what kind of deal we can make?
What exactly is ash-grown
The
food?
Dunmer have been growing food in the Ashlands for thousands of years. It was born out of the necessity to survive in the harsh climate of our homeland. And now, with the constant eruptions of the Red Mountain, it's more important than ever.
Yes, sir, Captain.
Is magic involved?
No. Only the Telvanni have the ability to weave living growth from the ash. This simply takes the right ingredients, the right tools, and a lot of patience. Next time you're hungry, stop by. I always have plenty of food for sale.
It's busier now that things are starting to look up. I guess I might stay a bit longer after all.
Hello.
Geldis needs to bottle this up and send it to the mainland instead of wasting his time out here. His drinks are outstanding. Thanks.
How do you sell any special mining gear?
Mining gear? No. However, I used to sell East Empire pendants until I ran out of them. Popular little item.
What's an East Empire pendant?
It's an amulet that was made exclusively for the East Empire Company. They gave them to their workers as an incentive at one point, a kind of reward for extra effort. They're no longer being made, so they've become a collectible. I'd love to get my hands on a few of them.
I'll see some of mine.
Well, well. Seems you're proving fairly useful for an Outlander. Here's your coin. Keep bringing me more, and I'll keep paying you for them.
Ooh. How are things now that mines are open?
Things are picking up for now. All I'm wondering is how long it'll take for House Redorin to begin ignoring us again if the mine runs out of ore for a second time.
Sounds that bad.
Bad? What if I told you that you're the first person that's even considered looking at my wares today? I've half a mind to contact my friends at the East Empire Company and see if they need an extra hand in Windhelm.
You have friends in the East Empire Company?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I've corresponded with Vittoria Vici herself more than once. You know, the lady who runs the East Empire Company warehouse in Solitude. The biggest warehouse they have in Skyrim.
Okay.
Bah, you're just like the rest of the folks around here. Mark my words. The East Empire Company will return to Raven Rock, and when they do, I'll be at the top of their list.
Anytime you want to
What exactly do you sell here?
The question you should be asking is, what don't I sell here? Because I have pretty much any supplies you might need. If it's not a weapon, potion, or armor, then it's likely that I have it.
Where'd you get all these items?
Jarland, over at the docks, brings me most of my supplies, and the rest comes from bartering with the people in town. Oh, Glover Mallory gets me a few things once in a while. He usually has the most amazing deals that I can't pass up.
What have you got for sale?
Take a look.
Vittoria Vici. Was she the one that I killed? At her own wedding? Whoopsies.
The East Empire pendants are scattered all over. So leave no stone.
Welcome to the Retching Netch Corner Club, home of the finest Sioux jammer that will ever grace your lips.
How are things now that the mines are open again?
How do you think? It's a blessing. I've got regular paying customers again. Thirsty workers at the end of the day, and more coin than I can count.
Oh, that means...
Drink for the thirsty, food...
You liar. Any rumours?
Nothing specific, but I'm hearing rumblings of assassins living amongst us. I think they intend to target Councillor Morvain, but I can't be certain. The Veteran Guard have spotted a pack of werewolves in the mountains.
What?
The hunters up on Frostmoon Crag might know more. If you've got gold on your hands, you might talk to Rallis up at Colbjorn Barrow. I've heard he wants to excavate the place.
Adril Arano said that you might be able to help me.
Well, well. Adril's got himself a spy, does he? Azura knows he needs all the help he can get. He's been chasing the Ulans for years now.
Do you think he's mistaken?
No. I just think he's going about this the wrong way.
You have a better idea.
Actually, I do. If you want to catch those slippery slaughterfish, you need to let them come to you.
How do I get them to do that?
There's an Ulan ancestral tomb near the temple. Someone's been leaving ash yam offerings on the altar inside. If you were to wait inside for whomever that is, I'm betting they'll have some of the answers you're looking for.
Why haven't you told Adril about this?
What makes you think I haven't? Anytime Adril and the Veteran Guard made a move, the Ulans must have been one step ahead and didn't show up.
Thanks for the tip.
You can thank me if it works. Until then, I'd head to the tomb and wait until your visitor shows up.
Why did Councillor Morvain execute an Ulan?
Back in 95, Vila Ulan came to Raven Rock with a plan to take over our town. The Fetcher thought he could stir up the locals and use them against the Veteran Guard, and then murder Councillor Morvain when we weren't looking.
The Lord did this alone?
He arrived alone, but spread enough coin around to start changing people's minds. Half the bloody town joined his side. Can you believe that?
Did the Lord get caught? How did he get caught?
He underestimated the Veteran Guard. They were organized and brought a swift end to the coup. Vila tried to run, but he was caught by Captain Veleth himself. Vila Ulan was executed a short time later, and his remains placed in the Ulan ancestral tomb.
Why did Dunmer leave ash yams in their tombs?
When a Dunmer is laid to rest, the body is burned and returned to the ashen soil. Since the ash yam is born of the very same soil, it represents rebirth and renewal, the fact that life ends and begins anew. Just get them to taste my sujama. Once they take a sip, it'll sell itself.
Can't believe I've been stuck here this long.
Further in.
What's our next move? You're going ahead without me?
Suit yourself.
Okay, Okay. Wait an hour?
Ah, excuse me. I didn't realize there was anyone else here.
What are you doing here?
I presume the same thing you're doing, leaving an offering for the departed. Forgive my surprise. It's just that I wouldn't expect that sort of behavior from someone who isn't Dunmer.
You aren't an Ulan.
Since there aren't any Ulans left on this island, I've taken it upon myself to leave the traditional offering in their stead.
Tell me why you're really here.
What do you mean? I thought I was clear. I'm simply honoring a fellow departed Dunmer. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to meditate a bit. Please, I don't wish to be disturbed while I'm meditating.
You ready to get going?
Let's go.
About time. Let's go.
Your actions here have been a blessing to us.
I hope Geldis proved useful. Have you made any progress?
I suspect Talisu Severin is the culprit.
Talisu. Are you sure?
Saw her in the Ulan tomb.
So Geldis' plan worked, eh? Every time we tried it, no one would ever show up. If Telisu's involved in any sort of plot to harm Councillor Morvane, I'm going to need hard evidence to prove it.
So go search at their house.
I'm not kicking down anyone's door until I have solid evidence in hand. If you're wrong about Talisu, things would quickly go downhill around here, and the real culprits might slip away. I can't afford for that to happen.
What if they try to stop me?
If you have evidence, and it places your life in peril, I would expect you to do whatever you must to keep yourself alive. Here, this key should open the front door of the manor in case they've locked it. Good luck.
What can you tell me about the Severin family?
Talisu is wife to the family patriarch, Vendel. They have a single child, a daughter named Miriam. They arrived here 10 years ago and have been nothing but a benefit to Raven Rock ever since.
Benefit
They're
how?
quite wealthy, and they've been quite generous by sharing their fortune with the community. They've contributed coin, food, supplies, even helped repair a few of the buildings in town with their own hands.
I've spent enough time.
Nothing unusual about them at all?
People have mentioned it's a bit odd about how close in age Mary appears to be to her father, but that's hardly a cause for alarm. Just make sure you find solid evidence. If I accuse them without it, I'll be the laughing stock of the colony.
Why did the Ulans have a tomb in Raven Rock?
Villa Ulan wasn't the first Ulan to live in Raven Rock. His father, Valen Ulan, was one of the first Dunmer to settle here. Unlike his son, Villa, Valen was a good man. He contributed to the community and was quite respected. When Valen died, his family provided the funds to construct the tomb.
But you told me House Halalu was disliked.
The Ulan family being a part of House Lalu didn't matter. It's Dunmer's tradition for the ashes of the deceased to be placed in an ancestral tomb. Valen Ulen and his son's remains were both laid to rest there, because that's what he'd requested. Be careful. If the Severans have betrayed us, then they'll be well armed.
With the Ashspawn threat taken care of, I can give my men the rest they deserve.
Right. You're gonna need a white hat.
What's our next move? You're going ahead without me?
Suit yourself.
Okay. Footsteps, I don't know if they're my own. Chanting alchemy. Weapon racks. Okay. I think seeing all of this is enough. What kind of potions are we looking at here? Healing, minor. Light feet. It's mutts. Smart's a potion of food. Restore 10 points of stamina. Okay. Potent poison. Fire salts, frost salts. It's only one poison.
What's that?
They're hostile.
Just getting jumpy, I guess.
Okay, I kind of want to do this without getting anyone killed. Dear Councillor Solden, in a matter of days I believe we'll be ready. Our forces hidden within Ashfallow Citadel have been training night and day. Ready to strike when we give the signal. With Captain Veleth distracted by the Ash spawn attacks, the timing seems perfect. For I had nearly a decade to exact my revenge upon Leril Morvain for the death of my ancestor, and I longed for the moment my blade will be drawn across his throat. Next letter you'll receive from me will include his head in this sack. Display it proudly in the halls of House Hlalu, brother. Ulwin. Vendel Ulwin. Okay, we gotta get out. We're fucking out, man. Go, 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 go.
Get going. About time. Let's go.
Holy shit, I pulled that off so fucking smoothly.
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend?
Dude, I did it.
Did you find any evidence at Severin Manor yet?
Found evidence proving Severin's guilt.
Then we finally have them. All that remains now is chasing them down and bringing them to justice.
I don't think they'll give up willingly.
Good. I'm going to send two of the best Redoran guards we have to take them down. I want you to assist them any way you can.
I'll head there immediately.
See that you do. We can't afford to let these traitors slip away.
I could have done that.
Ashfallow Citadel's been abandoned for a
I
long
fear
time.
we'll be feasting on
Be ready for
ashlands a
anything.
bit more often this year.
You look able to venture outside of town. Perhaps you could help me recover something precious that was lost.
Here's a drink.
Oh, how kind. Thank Gelvis for me, won't you?
There you go. You mentioned that you lost something.
A few months ago, I had sent an important folio to the first edition bookshop in the Imperial City to be rebound. They sent it back to me recently, but it never arrived.
Was it aboard a ship?
Yes, the Strident Squall, or something like that. The damn thing sunk right off the coast of Solstheim. Can you imagine?
How do you know?
One of the sailors survived. Poor thing crawled all the way to Raven Rock on his hands and knees. Before he died, he told the Redoran Guard about the wreck and warned us that it was going to be crawling with reavers.
See if I can find the book for you.
Thank you. You have no idea how much it hurts losing such a precious heirloom. My husband is second counselor, so I certainly have the means to reward you if you find my folio. You've brought Raven Rock back from the brink trap.
Who's your husband?
Admiral Arano, second counselor of Raven Rock. How I hate that title. Damn fool's going to get himself killed over it someday.
You worry much on your husband's behalf.
He's in grave danger, and yet he continues to place himself in harm's way. When I fall asleep at night, all I can do is hope he'll still be there when I awaken. This island was never meant for us. There's too much death here.
Perhaps you should return to Morrowind.
I assure you, if I could convince Adril to do that, I'd be on the next ship back to Blacklight. Unfortunately, Adril and Councillor Morvain are very close friends, and they will never abandon one another, despite my feelings.
You haven't told him how you feel?
I'm the wife of a second counselor, and certain things are expected of me. The most important thing is that I stand by Adril no matter how I feel, and I intend to do that until we get off this miserable rock.
Where are you from originally?
Adril and I lived in Blacklight, the capital city of Morrowind. House Redoran has improved Blacklight substantially over the last 1,000 years. Its grandeur rivals that of Mournhold itself. The root spire where the Council of Great Houses meet is something to behold.
Sounds like quite a sight.
I haven't seen the city in over 50 years. Even for a Dunmer, that seems like an eternity. Regardless, I hope to return there someday, which doesn't seem likely given my husband's commitment to Councillor Morvain. My husband is second counselor,
So, okay. As Agonians are from Blackmarsh, Khajiit are from elsewhere, Bredens from High Rock, Nords are from Skyrim, Imperials are from Cyrodiil, but they're kind of everywhere. Dunmer are from Morrowind. Thalma are from the... Is Thalma the same as High Elf? Because there's also Ultima, isn't there? Okay, hang on, someone's coming up. So, we'll get to this later.
They have the means to reward you if you find my...
I gotta go now.
Anytime.
Finish this here, nice and early. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. See you tomorrow after I finish work, probably. We'll see. Bye bye.